Hi, everyone. I'm Eva from Allwyn Lottery Solutions. And yes, we make the kind of products that make people dream big. You know, the what will I do if I win $1 billion dollars kind of big. Like many organizations, we have been great in delivering projects, roadmaps, milestones, deadlines, you name it. But at some point, we realized that by delivering fast and checking the boxes doesn't necessarily mean that we deliver impact. Now, just to be clear with you, we didn't suddenly stop running projects. We still do. What we changed is that we actually ask why before we ask when. Today, I'll share how that shift from delivering fast to delivering with purpose has helped us shape our products and has changed the way our teams work together. Let me give you a quick picture of how things have worked for us. For many years, our teams have been tied to specific project deliveries. Each delivery with its own code base, its own tweaks, its own setup. And yes, we move forward, but are we really evolving? Now, instead of duplicating efforts with the product mindset, we have a common foundation, our product, which actually grows stronger and evolves with every iteration. It's giving us more consistency, more reuse, and most importantly, the freedom to actually invest on outcomes rather than just outputs. And that's how everything started. After a long time of delivering lottery solutions for different lotteries, we knew this world inside out. Every single detail of the endless list of things that can go right and wrong. Then came something quite rare, time. Time to pause, time to look back at what we have learned and ask ourselves the question, what if we use all that knowledge not in delivering projects, but in building something of our own? And I know that time is that mythical creature that nobody in tech has ever seen, right? But it was given to us, and we used it wisely. That moment marked the beginning of our shift from short-term delivery to long-term sustainability. At Allwyn Lottery Solutions, our playground is quite big. We built and integrate a full digital lottery platform that spans across multiple systems: player account management, draw-based games, instant win games, bonusing, loyalty, and promotions. Each one of these systems has its own history, years of evolution, many integrations, and a good dose of regulatory rules just to keep things interesting. So moving from a project-based delivery to a product-based approach in this world, definitely not a simple switch to do. It's the kind of shift that demands structure, alignment, and, of course, a solid foundation to make it happen. Once we understood how big and how complex our playground is, we knew we couldn't just kick off product development like this. We needed the foundation, and that was preparation. We dedicated 6 months purely to that phase. And no, it was not a waste of time, not a delay. It has been an investment in clarity, in control, and in making things right from the beginning. During that period, we defined what our product actually is. What are the baseline capabilities it serves? What are the verticals that we are working on? And then we aligned our architectural principles to that strategy to make sure that we don't only solve today's problems, but we also set ourselves up for tomorrow's opportunities. We streamlined our requirements. We balanced reuse with innovation. And most importantly, everything was run by the people, the best people that know the industry inside out, through workshops, not in isolation, but as one team. And that's what turned preparation into forward drive. So we have the foundation. Next step is how are we evolving our product? Our Genesis iLottery platform is designed for modular deployment, meaning that it can easily adapt to every market, to every regulation, to every integration scenario. Each one of the systems, of the components, or the modules, if you like, can operate independently, but at the same time work as part of the whole. And that flexibility is what turns a core product to multiple tailored solutions. It lets us reuse, extend, and scale without reinventing the wheel every time a new market comes in. So we have the foundation, we have the modular design, we are ready to move. You know, that structure gave us something very important, something unique, a common language to speak. Everybody across the organization were aligned around the same goal: architecture, engineering, security, product, delivery, operations, everyone. And that was the moment that marked the shift from us being a delivery machine to being a product organization. Now, we run structured inception and discovery cycles to frame opportunities before they actually become product increments. Our requirements are productized. Every initiative goes through architectural alignment to make sure that it fits the strategy, but also fits the technology vision. We prioritize together still. And finally, we deliver in loops. We learn, we adapt, we iterate. We get all the insights and feed those back to the beginning, to the next initiative, to the next inception and discovery cycle. And that's how we keep evolving, not by chance, by design. Of course, none of this could have been possible without the teamwork and our core team members who, while shaping the product and delivering the product, they onboarded new people, new teams. And that kind of happened naturally. The knowledge transfer happened in motion because, you know, growth doesn't come just by adding headcount. It comes through sharing, understanding. And tools and frameworks, of course, don't make you a product organization. People do. So the structure is there, the culture is there. Are we building more, or are we building what actually matters? So we learn to say no. Not to innovation, but to distractions. Every decision has to tie back to the value, tie actually to what really matters to our players and to our product. We set boundaries early, boundaries in the scope, boundaries in the process, boundaries even in the pace. Because sometimes one of the hardest things for motivated teams like us to do is to just stop. And that was the time that we started seeing the impact. Interestingly, it wasn't about flashy launches or big numbers, but it was around behavior. Our team members, the new teams, onboarded smoother. The delivery became more stable. We learned to adapt to new challenges, to new lotteries, to new requests with structure and not having to throw everything off balance. And the best thing, product thinking didn't slow us down. It's actually what made us move smarter and faster. Taking some time to reflect, taking this moment to reflect, preparation has been what trained the muscle that keeps us moving faster and faster. And the true source of speed came through alignment. Because when all people in the organization speak the same language, you don't need to push for progress. It just happens naturally. And definitely, not everything was smooth. There have been areas, completely new territories for us. But we tried it, we iterated, we learned, we kept the things that were useful for us and throw others away. And that's the process. Growth comes from iteration. And iteration gives you impact and gives you maturity. So looking back at the beginning of that shift, super terrifying. We were stepping into the unknown with, very little to understand at that moment. Actually, we knew only enough to realize how much we didn't know. But we found clarity, and that came again from the people, from the team. The team that questioned, challenged, inspired, and keep inspiring us throughout this journey. While preparing this talk, I realized how much we have learned and achieved, and how early on we actually knew where we were heading at without realizing, of course, at that moment. It's been a journey from output to impact. It's still on. And yes, if you ever find yourself stepping into the unknown, just do it. It's scary, but totally worth it. Because at the end, everything comes back to this. Product people love to talk about products, and finally, we have one worth talking about. Thank you so much. We love to see you at our booth to keep the conversation going. Thanks a lot.